So the first conversation is about defining and understanding a Sahabi. The ulama, they say that the word Sahabi is taken from the triliteral Arabic root of Sahabah, which means to take companionship, to be paired with something. When a person has gained the companionship of another, you say this person has that individual's suhbah. They've spent time together, whether that time is a little or abundant. Now, technically speaking, the ulama, they define, Ibn Hajar rahimahullah ta'ala, while defining a sahabi, he says a person that has met Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in the state of Islam, and he also died as a Muslim. Some ulama added on top of that, that the individual met Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam while being awake. So the reason why they add that is so that there's no argument that this is a claim from dreams. Some ulama argued that this person's witnessing of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam should have happened within the lifetime of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So if a person claims to have seen Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam 500 years later, they're not considered a sahabi because it's way too late. It's not possible. So they add these conditions. But for the most part, the easiest definition, the best way of understanding this, the most common interpretation is a person who sees Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in a state of Islam and then passes away as a Muslim. Some of the ulama, they added a second component, another component to this, which is that this individual should have spent a year with the Prophet ﷺ or embarked on an expedition with Rasulullah ﷺ, traveled with the Prophet of Allah. They've added this condition. It's not a common condition, actually not accepted by majority of the muhaddithun, but nonetheless is something that has been stated by Sa'id ibn Musayyib. Out of all the names and titles the companions of Rasulullah ﷺ could have been granted by the Prophet of Allah, it's remarkable that Rasulullah ﷺ chose the word ashabi, my companions. They could have been his followers, they could have been his hawari. This is a common word used in the Quran for Isa alayhi salam's followers. It could have been the muttaqun, could have been the salihun, the righteous, could have been the qurra, the reciters of the Quran, could have been ahlul ilm, the people of knowledge. Out of all the possible titles, the one that stuck, the one that was chosen was Sahabah. And this is quite an opening for a person of deep thought and reflection. What made the companions who they were, what made them legends, what made their rank unattainable. If all of humanity gathered together to equal to one Sahabi, we couldn't do it. Even the lowest of rank from the Sahaba, the most righteous person after the generation of the Sahaba, cannot match that person's rank. What's the differentiating factor? Clearly, it's not quantity of ibadah, because it is humanly possible for one person after the Sahaba to do more ibadah than a Sahabi. It's humanly possible. Are you following me? Let's say someone did ibadah for 24 hours continuously. That person could potentially, they shouldn't, but objectively claim that I had done more ibadah than so-and-so person. This riwayah says this person slept through the night, I didn't sleep through the night. But see, it's not the ibadah, it's not the quantity, it's the quality of their ibadah. Rasulullah said if one of them were to spend in the path of Allah the Mount Uhud's equivalent, they wouldn't be able to match your even one hand of giving. One handful, how much you give is more valuable to Allah than them giving the whole Uhud's equivalent. Why is that? It's because these companions of Rasulullah they were able to gain a kayfiyah, a spiritual state that was purely a result of that brief companionship of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.